This is awkward occurrence or awkward entertainment. So in this video, I will be talking about Barry Morphew's girlfriend or mistress, Shoshona Darke, or Shoshona Dark, however you want to pronounce that name. I know I don't want to say Darky because that's kind of racist, kind of racist to me. Anyway, Shoshona. Let's read the affidavit excerpt about her. So this is a picture of his mistress. From December 2020 through April 21st, numerous Salida residents reported that Darke is in a relationship with Barry Morphew. Their relationship is reported to date back to July 2020. So that would be 2 months after Suzanne ended up missing. Though investigators have not confirmed that, a poll camera installed by the FBI has captured Barry's truck consistently coming and going from Drake's residence, often between 9 p.m. and 11 p.m., sometimes staying through the night, and he will stay through the night after Suzanne went missing. It doesn't state if Barry's truck was ever seen before Suzanne went missing, so January, February, March, April, it doesn't state that. Another piece of the affidavit stated they met in October of 2020, but this says from December. But the other piece of the affidavit, Miss Shoshona Drake or Dark stated she met Barry Morphew October 2020 when she was a housekeeper for a neighbor. She was taking the trash out, and that's how they met. Now, the reason I bring up this lady's name is because she lied to investigators. She deleted evidence of her communicating with Barry in front of investigators. Now, let me see if I can find the part where it states that. Let me see if I can find that. I do not know if I can, but if I can, I will pull it up right quick if I can find it. If I can find it right quick. All right, here we go. On December 16th, the deputies received a tip from a person who requested to remain anonymous. On December 17th, 2020, Sergeant and Agent Cohill interviewed Darke at the office. She says she has known Barry since October 2020 because she cleaned the neighbor's house and met him at the dumpster by chance. She denied being in a romantic or sexual relationship with Barry. Darke deleted items on her phone, possibly being a second number for Barry in front of investigators, and was evasive in answering questions. She said she called the CBI tip line in May to report a suspicious cars outside of the Morphew's house and at the Puma Pathway address. Now, when I hear she was evasive in answering questions and she deleted items out of her phone, such as Barry's second number, in front of police, I think of this lady, Mass Therapist. Now, does anybody remember Mass Therapist? I believe Mass Therapist came on the scene. This was September, probably August of 2020. She came on the scene. But this video was uploaded September 20th, 1 day ago. I should have downloaded her videos. She was a character. She was a strange, somewhat mentally unstable character. If you remember this lady, how she went off in her videos and how she would sometimes be drunk. Maybe a few times you would catch her drunk in her live stream or in her video. She was just very unstable. I don't believe she was an actual therapist. She claimed she was. She claimed she changed jobs. A few months into making videos, she claimed she changed jobs. I don't know what else she was going to do, what her other job was going to be, but she said she was moving and some other stuff. But she always defended Barry. She defended Barry hard, as you can tell by this title. So Barry didn't want to take a lot of tests. We all remember that. So this video she did was titled, "We Must Demand Morgan Gentile and Jeffrey Puckett Take a Lot of tests." Hashtag find Suzanne / true crime. So she was always on Barry's side, defended him very hard. Media boundaries, Beauty and the Beast. I did a video about that. Shifting through the mess. Why is Barry something? Green thumb advice. Natural plants. I'm wondering if anybody has a video of her. Mass Therapist. So Mass Therapist stays close to Colorado. She went to the Brunsville hotel where Barry was staying. She did a video about it on camera, driving there, got out the car, walked in the hotel. The reason for the visit was to see if there was a strong smell of chlorine in the lobby. So Mass Therapist did a video, and right after her, Jules from Another Day in a Car did a video going to that same hotel. But I believe, in my opinion, my strong belief, Mass Therapist is Shoshona Darke or Shoshona Darke. In the video, Mass Therapist, when she went to the hotel, see, you never got to see Mass Therapist's face. She never showed her face. Now, once she was caught off guard when she went to the hotel, she was getting out the car with her camera, and you can see her reflection in the windows of the hotel. You can see her reflection. I remember it clearly. I remember her reflection clearly, but I cannot 100% say for sure this is the same lady. I believe it's the same lady just by police stating she was evasive and just lying. I believe she drove a white SUV. Was it a white SUV she drove? Again, she was just mentally, it's mentally not all there. Very dramatic. Loud. Anyway, I'm gonna get ready to close this out in a second. So these videos she did was in September. There's no evidence Shoshona knew Barry Morphew back in August or September 2020. Although I believe she did. The furthest record, as you can see, as we saw in the affidavit, the furthest record back is October 2020, when she stated she met Barry Morphew for the first time when she was taking out the trash for a neighbor. If that was even the truth. But of course, I believe they met before September 2020. Miss Suzanne Morphew stated Barry was having an affair on the side. She believed Barry was having an affair. There was rumor of Barry having an affair even before October 2020. Do I want to add anything else to this? No, not really. No, not really. So let me move on to the second part of this video. I might as well do this as a 2-part video. So again, I believe Mass Therapist is Barry Morphew's mistress, Shoshona Darke. And again, the timeline does match up somewhat. She says October 2020. She started making videos in August, September 2020. She defended Barry Murphy very hard. So I won't be talking in circles. Let me continue this video. Barry Murphy. Inside of the Murphy house, a tranquilizer dart was recovered. Police believe this tranquilizer dart was used by Barry Murphy. They believe, let me enlarge this. I'm not going to read it. I went over it before. If you want to read it, you can yourself. Colorado Park Wildlife. So police believe Suzanne Morphew was tranquilized by Barry Murphy. Then she was chased around the house. And after she was hunted around the house or hunted down by Barry, he shot her with a .22 caliber gun. There's a picture of the door in the affidavit, the bedroom door, and the bedroom door just looks jacked up, as if Barry himself broke through the door or pushed the door in to get to Suzanne. So these are timestamps from Barry's phone. Like phones. So Barry had his phone in his pocket when police are theorizing he chased Suzanne around the house. So I'm going with what the police are theorizing. He chased Suzanne around the house. Anyway, his phone picked up each location of the house he was at and what times. So, as we can see, 1444 to 1444:33, 1444, 1445. So this will be 244, 245, 244, 244. Barry's running through the house chasing Suzanne. That's why the times are so close. So each part of the house, these are about 30 seconds, 15 to 1 minute apart, these timestamps. Each part of the house, he's chasing her until he comes to the last timestamp is 247. So in the middle of the house, 247 is where they stopped at, and that's where he shot Suzanne Morphew. Let's read this. An estimate of the activity of Barry's phone as it appears to move from porch to porch, which he explained by chasing a chipmunk and shooting it. So Barry said the reason he was zooming throughout the house so fast, like these times are 2 minutes apart, he's running through the house, is because he was chasing a chipmunk. And he shot the chipmunk with a .22 caliber gun. Right. No, Barry Murphy changed his story so many times. He changed details of his story so many times to line up with new evidence the police received. If you read the affidavit, it's mostly just interviews of Barry Murphy. It says Barry said this, Barry. Like 60-70% of the affidavit is just talking to Barry Murphy. I got tired of reading Barry said this. Barry said that. Barry. I'm like, oh my God. So I had to skim over all those interviews. I just skimmed over all those interviews and went straight to the end of the affidavit. All right, so that's how they theorize Suzanne Morphew was killed. And it makes sense, the evidence they give. He used a .22 caliber to shoot her. He tranquilized her before that, chased her through the house, and I don't know if he chopped her body up, but the bobcat blades were replaced. He had a bunch of bags in his hand when he went to Broomfield, and he dumped those trash bags off in various locations. So, trash bags couldn't be recovered. So, that's how that went down. That's how that's looking to go down. And it's looking like Mr. Morphew is guilty. It's looking like he's guilty. Like, you can't blame... Let me go back. So, mass therapists cannot blame Jeff Puckett, and Morgan Gentile. Mass therapists cannot blame them too. She cannot do it, They can't take a lie detector tests because the evidence pointing at Barry Murphy is just overwhelming. So, hey. Alright, I'm gonna get ready to end this out. Was there anything else strange in the affidavit I noticed? No. I thought Morgan Gentile and Jeff Puckett came to the hotel at 11 in the morning. They didn't get there till about 10 at night that Sunday, and they started working that Monday. So that's something I noticed different. I don't believe they are involved in him and Suzanne's disappearance. Morgan Gentile in the affidavit also stated one of Barry's friends, I forget the friend name, she approached Morgan about changing her story. I don't know why Morgan would need to change her story. Maybe I'll go through the affidavit again, but it doesn't say. Morgan never says why Barry Murphy's friend told her to change her story, because Morgan isn't indicated as a suspect in the affidavit at all. So why would she need to change her story? I don't know why. Maybe just to line up with something Barry did, because Barry said he was at home 5 in the morning, but his car was on the road at 3, 4 in the morning. According to the affidavit, Barry wasn't at home Sunday morning. He wasn't at home. He didn't wake up in bed. He was out of bed at 3 a.m. driving around at 3 a.m. So anything else in the affidavit, I'm thinking that I want to bring up. So I don't understand why Morgan would need to change her story. Maybe just to corroborate a lie Barry wants to tell, to counter whatever evidence the police may bring to him. Barry did blame one of his co-workers, and he blamed another person, 2 males. The Facebook friend request, I believe that was Barry's doing. Police stated Suzanne Morphew will always text her lover Jeff Libler every morning. Every morning she would text him, "Hey love," I'm paraphrasing, "Hey love," or she would text him, good night love." But on Saturday morning, she texted him, I believe, but her pattern of texting Jeff Libler changed Saturday. So they believe she died Saturday. Like, things out of the usual. There's things out of the usual they noticed that Suzanne wasn't doing on her phone. So, okay, that's about it. I'm not going to keep everybody too long. Anything else? The girls, the neighbors, his brother or her brother, her sister, any other friends, anything else? No, that's it. Okay. So, let's end this out. This has been Awkward Occurrence, Awkward Entertainment. And if anyone has old videos of mass therapists going to the Broomsville Hotel, go ahead and post those. But this has been Awkward Occurrence, Awkward Entertainment, and I will see you in the next video.